pay us to think. They pay us to know. We know we can beat them. There's no excuses why we shouldn't. Win the game, period. W is on 3, man. Let's go. W on 3. 1, 2, 3, W.
Welcome, all my fellow Redskin brethren and sisters. I am your man and resident Redskins fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Redskins Rapid React quickly on the R3. Really disappointing effort. For as excited as we were last week for the win over Arizona, we're probably equally as disappointed this week with the loss at home in the season opener, or the home opener versus the Colts. I talked about during the show during the week, the Redskins report, that this was going to be the true test. This was going to be a great indicator as to how good we were, because I told you Arizona wasn't very good in week 1, so don't take that and run with it. Similar to last year when we beat Oakland and everybody got excited and Oakland turned out to be a bad team. I feel the same way about the Arizona Cardinals. So I wasn't all that impressed with the fact that we did what we did to Arizona. I was impressed with the way that we did it, but it was Arizona. So this week was a much bigger test and a measuring stick game for the Redskins of sorts, because I told you the Colts were going to play hard. Their backs were up against the wall. No one wants to fall to 0-2 on the season, and they played like a desperate team. They beat our ass at both points of attack, on the offensive side of the football and on the defensive side. They beat our ass in the trenches. That's where this game was won. We're going to get to the lack of pass rush here in a second, because I'm going to continue to harp and bitch about the lack of pass rush until we actually get to a quarterback. But they beat us up front. And, you know, this is what's going to happen when your receivers aren't a threat to hurt the other team and your running back has 13 catches. You know what this reminded me of? This reminded me of the Roy Halou San Francisco game. Remember when Roy Halou had like 18 catches against San Francisco? And he set the Redskin record for most receptions in a game? Roy Halou! Yeah, that was the John Beck check down fiesta. Well, we had another one of those today. And that's what this offense is until we get the receivers more involved. Teams, this is the blueprint to beat us right here. What the Indianapolis Colts did to us today is what the teams around the league are going to look at and say, that's how you stop the Redskins offense. You cloud the box, you play soft, you keep everything in front of you, and you make Alex Smith beat you. Stop Adrian Peterson in that rushing attack. You blow up their offensive line, you set a physical edge, you turn everything back inside, and you make Alex Smith in that passing game beat you. And they proved today they're incapable of doing that. Right now. Now, that's not to say that things don't change as the season progresses, but Alex Smith, which is his DNA, this is what Alex Smith is, he is not a risk taker. So there aren't going to be a bunch of shots down the field. This is what you wanted. When you ran Kirk Cousins out of town, this is what you asked for. An offense that was only capable of 9 points. When was the last time we scored 9 points on offense? The Colts aren't the Ravens. The Colts aren't one of the best defenses. They're not the Jacksonville Jaguars. You're supposed to score more than 9 points against the Indianapolis Colts. But this offense right now, as constituted, with Alex Smith at quarterback, and I already told you, for those of you who are hard of hearing, if Alex Smith doesn't have a run game, this is what our offense is going to look like. That's why when Darius Geis got injured, everyone in the Redskin fan base that knows better was very distraught, because they know that this offense has a chance to look the way that it did today if the run game doesn't come to the party. Alex Smith isn't going to lead anybody's team. He's not going to lead any team on his back to 35 points. That's just not the way Alex Smith is wired. And with our receivers, that's not the way this offense is wired. So we got a long way to go, folks. The offense was the problem today. The defense gave us a shot. They gave up 21 points, and I talk about this all the time. You know the rules to the game. I told the fellas at halftime, you know the rules to the game to play. Field goals don't win games. Touchdowns do. What's the difference in the game? Colts got to the red zone 3 times. Colts scored 3 touchdowns. We got to the red zone 3 times. We settled for field goals. You want to lose in this league? Kick field goals. You want to win? Score touchdowns. They did. We did not. And the defense gave us opportunities. Even though they gave up 3 touchdowns, they gave us opportunities with the 2 interceptions. DJ Swearinger played his ass off. Really, both of the safeties, him and Monte Nicholson, played their ass off. Zach Brown was a force in the run game. Mason Foster was everywhere. But outside of those 4 guys, Josh Norman with another subpar game. Quentin Dunbar was solid. He wasn't bad today. He wasn't bad, but there were some catches. You know, Ryan Grant had a couple of big grabs when we needed to stop. Ryan Grant made some plays. You know, he was excited to come back to DC and get a win on a team that pretty much gave up on him and didn't give him a contract when his rookie deal was up. So he was excited to come into FedEx, just like Alfred Morris was. Just like everybody that leaves usually comes back and gets a dub. He came back and got his. So the defense gave us a shot, though, with the 2 interceptions and great field position on both of them. And we pissed them away by just getting field goals both times. So I don't know what else you want the defense to do other than get pressure on the quarterback. You saw what their linebacker did, their rookie linebacker that I told everybody during the draft wrap-up series, Darius Leonard, that he's going to be a stud out of South Carolina State. I said they hit a home run in the 2nd round. That's what a difference-making, havoc-wreaking playmaker on defense can do for you. How's Deron Payne working out for us? How many plays did Payne bring the pain today? I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to wait to the end of the season to start bitching about that. But we could have had a difference maker on defense. I watched last week, the safety out of Florida State, Derwin James, be everywhere on the football field. I watched Tremaine Edmonds last week force a fumble versus the Ravens, and yet we're stuck with Deron Payne. But again, I'm not going to do that today. That's not what today is about. Today is about lack of pass rush. Again. And then to sprinkle on a little bit of absurdity on the top, we couldn't stop the run either, man. They had a nice game rushing the football on us. On their best drives of the day, they ran the football. That first opening drive, I thought it set the tone for the day. Man, did they run the ball on us. 6 carries, 36 yards. That's 6 a pop for some of y'all out there that's math deficient. 6 a pop. We got the ball ran down our damn throats at times today. And when we needed to stop late in the game, they ran it on us some more. And then Jay Reed with a costly damn fumble at the end. That was the perfect exclamation point on what was a shitty day of football all the way around. Okay, we had a missed field goal right before the half, and I thought that was a huge momentum killer. You go into halftime with that field goal, you come out, you get the football first after halftime, and who knows? Maybe that's a 10-point swing. Maybe you get the football, you go down the field, you get in the end zone, and now it's 14-13. Instead, he misses the field goal. We come out flat in the second half, and bam, it's still 14-3. Luckily enough for us, DJ Swearinger gave us a little bit of boost, or else this game could have gotten out of control. So, special teams let us down. Strowman with a fair punt, with fair catch on a punt with nobody around. Then he want to hit his chest. Oh, my fault. Yeah, I know it's your damn fault, but I don't want to hear that shit. Then defense, again, you get in the red zone. How about forcing a field goal every now and again? That would be nice. I get it. You caused some turnovers, and that's great. Preston Smith with a pressure on the 3rd down. That was great to see. But it was too few and far between. And how about some communication? How many times on 3rd down are they going to run crossing routes, and you guys don't communicate, and somebody's running wide ass open? Eric Ebron on the first possession, which led to a touchdown. That was actually really good coverage on the touchdown grab by Monte Nicholson. I'd love for him to turn around and look, but hey, he was there. That was a great throw, great catch. I told you Easy E was going to get in our ass at some point, and he did. But then on the last touchdown, T.Y. Hilton, he's their best receiver. How can you lose this guy? Anybody but him. Anybody but him. And Quentin Dunbar, who was responsible for him in man-to-man, lost in the sauce. Has no idea who his responsibility is. Communication, fellas. It's the key to life. So, defense let us down. And then the offense was just god-awful today. Offensive line got their asses whooped. I mean, they dominated the line of scrimmage. They were collapsing our offensive line in the run game. They were collapsing our offensive line in the passing game. Alex Smith was uncomfortable for much of the day. It was a shit show up front, offensively, which led to no running game, which led to no balance, which led to Alex Smith feeling like he had to do something. And his do something was, hey, let's check it down to Chris Thompson 13 times for 92 yards. Hey, how about that? Doxson would have dropped down the sidelines early, but he made up for it. He made some good catches throughout the game. They've got to work on the fade because that was a good – I don't have a problem with the fade in the end zone to Josh Doxson. I got a problem with the ball placement there. Allow Doxson to go up, body the corner, and put himself in position like he did against the Cowboys last year at home to go up and get the football. Don't throw it where he's got to try to lunge over his outside shoulder for the ball. Let him turn, post up, and go up and get it. Bad ball. P. Rich would have dropped over the middle on a third down. He made up for it, made some catches in this game, but it's not enough right now. It's simply not enough. So we're hurting right now. We're hurting right now on offense, and we've got to be better on defense. Got to get pressure on the quarterback. I told you if Andrew Luck has time, it won't look like last week because Andrew Luck is much more equipped with the skill set necessary to slice and dice our ass up. And that's exactly what he did. Had time all day, and Andrew made plays all day. It stands for one deflection, beautiful play by Mason Foster to deflect that football, great play by Swearinger to pick it off. And then Swearinger just reading the eyes of Luck, who took him straight to the football, broke on it, made a play, great play. Love to get 7 off of that. Offense, I'd love to get 7 off of that. But all we can do is pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off. It only counts as one loss. As bad as it looked, as bad as it felt, we're 1-1. Which is exactly the record I had us being at this point in the season. Now, I didn't have us getting it the way that we got it, but we're still at the same damn point. Who gives a shit? And honestly speaking, if you're going to lose games, let it be the AFC teams. That's not going to hurt us when it comes time for the playoffs. You'd rather lose to an AFC team than an NFC team. But I don't want to lose to any goddamn body. So, yeah, this shit stinks. Especially how bad we looked. If we would have lost this game and played and looked impressive in the process and they just were better, you tip your cap and you say, damn, they got us. Let's get it next week. But we looked horrible today. So we got a lot of work to do. But in any event, I went on way too long, way longer than I was supposed to. I am a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskins spirit never die. Redskins spirit will never fold until we meet again. Hail to our beloved Redskins. You see I'm down in the all black, dressed in all black like the Omen, so you know that means we took one right on the chin. But we'll be back on Tuesday to break it all down, have a nice lengthy discussion about everything that took place today, turn our attention to Green Bay, who's coming off of a tie, so they're going to be pissed off with a wounded Aaron Rodgers. Don't think for one second with the way we don't get pass rush that Aaron Rodgers won't carve our ass up and put 30 on our skulls next week. Because if you don't think that'll happen, you are in for a rude awakening. Nonetheless, I'm your man Louie T, signing off. I see all of you beautiful Redskin fans next time. Have a good one.
Louie T. Net.